You want a neater space. You want less mess to deal with. But even thinking about how to declutter feels like too much. So you leave it again. And then comes the frustration, feeling like you've failed at something that should be simple, wondering why it seems easier for other people. Don't worry. In today's video, I'm sharing 5 simple things that make decluttering and downsizing feel more doable. No pressure to go extreme. No need to throw everything out. Just clear steps that help you work through your stuff piece by piece in a way that actually feels manageable. Step 1. Set a clear goal. If you skip this step, chances are high you'll waste time, get overwhelmed, or stop halfway through. That's because every single decision, keep or toss, donate or store, becomes 10 times harder when you don't have a solid reason behind what you're doing. Saying, "I just want less clutter," is too vague. It won't help you when you're holding a box of cables you haven't touched in 5 years, wondering if you might need them someday. But when you have a specific goal, like "I want to make this living room a more comfortable, relaxing space to relax in," or "I want to make cooking easier, no more digging through the kitchen for that one spice jar," the choices become simpler. This is the filter that makes the whole process move faster. Every time you hesitate, you come back to that one question: does this get me closer to my goal or not? Write it down. Keep it where you can see it, because there will be moments you want to give up, and that's when this step will save you from getting stuck all over again. And if you want to dive deeper into the process of decluttering your home, this next video is for you. We're going to go through a list of things that most of us keep, but probably don't need. Not in theory, in real life right now. You might be surprised at how many of them are in your home. Subscribe so you don't miss out. Now back to today's content. Step 2, prepare for difficulties. Most people assume the hardest part of downsizing is the physical work, but the real challenge is emotional. It's the constant decision-making, the second-guessing, the memories attached to things you haven't seen in years. That's what slows you down. Even items you forgot you owned can suddenly feel hard to part with once you touch them again. That's normal. Don't let it make you feel like you're doing something wrong. Some people hit a wall where they look around, feel overwhelmed, and just want to quit. That moment is part of the process. The solution is very simple. Come back to the goal you set at the beginning. Ask yourself again, what am I trying to make space for? That can recenter you and make the next decision easier. Also, give yourself permission to take breaks. This doesn't have to be done in one push. If you're tired, pause. If you're stuck, step away and come back later. And if a certain item or area is holding you up, get a second opinion. Ask someone you trust. If this were yours, what would you do? Sometimes just hearing a different perspective can help you move forward. Downsizing is work. It asks a lot from you emotionally, mentally, and physically. But once you get through it, the payoff is real: less stress, less mess, and a space that works better for your life now. Once you know it's going to be hard, the next step is making it easier to start. Let's move on. Step 3, break down the work. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking they need to do the whole house in one go. That's exactly how you end up feeling stuck, frustrated, and exhausted, with bags half sorted and rooms messier than when you started. Instead, you need a simple system. Break it down. Pick one area, one shelf, or even one drawer. Focus on completing that small zone from start to finish. The win here is momentum, not perfection. You can sort by space, like the bathroom cupboard, the front closet, or by category like shoes, office supplies, mugs. Either way, choose something manageable, something you can finish today, not 3 weeks from now. And when you sort, give yourself clear options: keep, let go, donate, trash, recycle. Decide later, but only if you really have to, and give it a deadline. You don't need to declutter your whole life in one weekend. You just need to keep making progress in the right direction. The goal is steady movement, not burnout. Once you've broken the work into smaller chunks, the next challenge is deciding what actually stays. Let's move on to the next step. Step 4, be honest about your stuff. It's easy to get caught up in the momentum of decluttering and start tossing things just to feel productive. But if you're not careful, you'll end up rebuying items later, which wastes time, money, and energy. At the same time, you can't keep everything just in case. That's how the clutter builds up again fast. So here's a better approach. Be honest with yourself about what you actually use, not what you used to use, not what might be useful one day. Focus on the present, the way you live now. Before you let something go, ask, have I used this in the past year? Would I notice if this disappeared? Is it hard to replace or pretty easy to get again if I ever need it? Keep the items you truly rely on. Let go of the ones you're only holding because you feel guilty or uncertain. If you're on the fence, put it in a short-term maybe box and set a date to decide. The goal isn't to get rid of the most stuff. It's to make better decisions so you don't end up undoing all your progress a month from now. And once you've been honest about what's useful, the next step is dealing with what's meaningful, the stuff that's harder to measure. Let's move on to the next step. Step 5. Don't force yourself. Decluttering doesn't mean you have to throw away all your mementos. Some items are worth keeping not because they're useful, but because they mean something to you. The thing to avoid is pushing yourself too hard too quickly. Throwing things away just because you think you should can backfire and leave you regretting it for much longer than clutter. Here are some things to help. If you feel like throwing something out is meaningful, don't force it. Give it a safe place to stay. Or if you have to part with it, find a more respectful way to part with it, like taking a photo before you let it go, or giving it to someone who will actually use and appreciate it. When you do keep an item, know why you're keeping it and put it in a place that makes sense. That way it won't become clutter. It's a part of your home that you've consciously chosen. Bottom line, think carefully. Don't rush. There's no benefit to getting rid of things that still mean something to you. That's it, 5 things that have made a big difference for us when it comes to downsizing. It's not about doing it perfectly, it's about doing it in a way that works for you at your pace in your home with your stuff. And if you're still feeling unsure about what's worth keeping in the first place, the next video might help. We're walking through a list of things most of us hang on to, but probably don't need. Not in theory, but in real life right now. You might be surprised at how many of them are sitting in your home too. So if you're ready to get a better idea of what's taking up space, the next video is for you. Subscribe so you don't miss out.